What do you get when you cross a woman who has lost her brother and an island where sex, drugs, and music reign supreme? You get a lot of freaking drama and action, that's for sure. And to sweeten the deal even more, these guys decided to add Alex Pina as its creator. If you're wondering who this guy is, we would like to point to you to the Spanish Netflix series that is all the rage at the moment, and it's called Money Heist. Man, oh man, are we in for a treat or what? And believe it or not, it hasn't even been 1 month since the initial release date of the first 10 episodes from the first season of White Lies, but that didn't stop fans from going crazy about this series. Just the trailer had 2 million views on YouTube. Hey, when you have naked girls and a lot of drugs, that's what you get. Even though we've just finished the first season, we still want to know what's going to happen next. So, without further ado, we are going to be looking at White Lines Season 2 First Look. Let's dive right into all that dough, nudity, and cocaine, Jack. A short recap. Before we begin looking into whether or not Season 2 is in the making, we would like to do a short recap. Do we really need to tell you there's going to be some major spoilers here? I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? Okay, we know that Zoe wanted to find out what happened to her brother who has mysteriously disappeared in Ibiza. 20 years later, his body was uncovered, but due to the problems with extradition, she has to do it herself. On her quest, she befriends all of Axel's old friends who came with him from Manchester to Ibiza. So, Zoe, Anna, Marcus, David, and Oriol were all looking to find out who killed him. And as you might already know, being a famous DJ in Ibiza almost always involves some shady business. In this particular case, it was drugs. Drugs, and all the money that comes with it. So what happens when you have a dream of becoming free and independent, famous and successful, and your closest friends are just in it for the money? Well, let us tell you. When Zoe confronts Boxer about whether or not he killed Axel, he denies it. Zoe then calls David, who says that he and Oriol slept together as an experiment the night her brother got murdered. Anna, who is standing in the middle, can't watch as an innocent man being framed, and she finally comes clean. She tells Zoe everything that happened the night her brother got murdered. She even told her that she couldn't let Marcus go. She didn't care about the money, but losing Marcus was something she couldn't handle. After she poisoned him, tried to drown him, and then bury him, Axel managed to escape, only to have Marcus, her accomplice, run him over with the car and finally seal his fate. So, what's the gist with Season 2? Man, that was one hell of a ride, wasn't it? I mean, the drugs, the murders, the fame, and then it all came crashing down in episode 10. But what is the deal with the second season? Is there going to be one? If you know anything about Netflix, then you will know that they gave this series a chance to smash the like button if you haven't done that already. But in all seriousness, they give every series 1 month before deciding on whether or not to continue it. Think of it as a trial period. If the audience loves the series and they want to see more of it, then the alpha dogs at Netflix are going to breathe life into it and they're going to extend it for another season. So, is White Lines any good? See for yourself. The series is performing phenomenally so far, and audiences all across the world are loving it, especially those in Spain, the home country of the creator and writer Alex Pina. Plus, it has received most of its views from Spain. And you can't even imagine life without those pesky little hateful critics. They've trashed the series a little bit, but fans have been loving it and would like to see more of the adventures with Zoe, Marcus, Boxer, and others. Well, are they working on a new season? Even though we're amidst one of the biggest pandemics the world has ever seen, there have been rumors going around that the cast is actually working on the second season. I know that there are races happening for Season 2. They're location scouting, if and when that goes ahead or was happening prior to the global pandemic. But I think everybody would be really keen to go back and visit Alex Pina's world again because it's just so out there and colorful and sort of bonkers. It's just a fun place to live in for a little bit, said Tom Harries, the actor that plays DJ Axel Collins. And when the actor got talking about what he thinks would happen to his character, Harries said that he thinks the show could go on exploring the rest of the period they left blank. The one with all the money and the clubs, and of course, the drugs. And near the end of his life, he managed to own 5 clubs where his business was booming. And with that, we secretly found out that the crew might be thinking of a new season. They're already looking for locations to film, and they're working on the script. They're only waiting for the green light from Netflix. Now then, when's the release date? You're just not gonna let this go, are you? Okay, we saw that Netflix needs to give them feedback on whether or not to continue filming for Season 2. But even if they do, there's the whole pandemic situation people have to worry about. And assuming that the world is going to come back to normal somewhere in the autumn of 2020, we could be watching Season 2 of White Lines in the autumn of 2021. How did we make this estimate? Well, look, preparation and filming for Season 1 began in June of 2019, and on May 15th, 2020, we had a series that was ready to air. That's almost a year from start to finish. Thus, assuming that they're going to have only 10 episodes in the upcoming season, we should be looking at another 1 year of casting, filming, and editing before we even come close to a finished product. Fingers crossed the pandemic is going to clear this summer and they can start shooting. Who's returning for Season 2? When it comes to the cast, there's not much change going on, except for Rhys Harries, who plays Axel. Since his case has been solved, this upcoming season could be shot without him. Even though it all began with the murder of Axel, since Zoe finally found out who killed her brother, we might say, bye-bye Axel. And speaking of Zoe, we should be seeing more of her in the second season, as well as Duarte, boxer Saliva. I mean, did you see how hot this masculine piece of meat was? That beard, those glasses, and ooh, that smile. Fans all over the world lost it and would definitely want to see more of him in the upcoming season. So that would mean Laura Haddock and Nuno Lopes are safe. What about the others? Well, it's basically the same for them too. We should be seeing more of Daniel Mays, who plays Marcus, Marta Milans in the role of Kika, Juan Diego Botto will most likely play Oriol, Pedro Casablanc, who plays Andrew, Laurence Fox portraying David, and Angela Griffin playing the role of Anna. These guys should be coming back for the second season. And finally, what should we be expecting in Season 2? With the tensions between rivaling Califat and Martinez families escalating every passing day, we could see more bloodshed in the upcoming season. We know that Marcus offered Andrew Califat a new deal. He proposed they begin selling drugs in their own clubs and not in the street like the dirty Romanians were doing. Plus, he added that they should cultivate new relations and control the product from the source country. And who better than Marcus to orchestrate this new business venture? Plus, we all know he needs a lot of money to pay off the debts to the wives of the Romanian drug dealers. And the final question that we're burning to ask is Zoe going to sue Anna and Marcus for what they did to her brother? Highly unlikely. Even though her father was working on the case for decades with the help of a Spanish investigator, he couldn't uncover what happened to his son. And when it comes to his sister, near the end, Zoe felt liberated after finding the truth, even though she became colder. Besides, even if she would like to press charges against the two, in the words of the Spanish officer, in Spain, you cannot be prosecuted for murder once 20 years have passed. So we can forget about that, right? If the past is any indication of the future, then we could see Zoe take vengeance into her own hands and bring her brother's name justice without the law's help. And on that note, we end this video. But hey, do you think Marcus is going to take Boxer's place and take over the business? You can tell us in the comments section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.